Is this the face of teaching in the future? This Year 2 pupil thinks so.
These are vampire teeth.
And vampire teeth, is that when somebody's been really naughty?
Yeah.
That's fairly obvious.
What fate awaits the classroom teacher? This Year 4 pupil has an idea.
A teacher with a button to shut her down.
At the Robin Hood Primary School in Birmingham, imaginations have been running riot around the shape of things to come in education. We asked a Key Stage 1 teacher and a Key Stage 2 teacher to develop and deliver lessons that would look ahead to the next generation of learners. How do children of today think their own children will be educated? If you would like to run a cross-curricular lesson on the future of education and teaching, then visit teachers.tv/tomorrow for a special set of tomorrow's teacher lesson plans and resources. For the Key Stage 1 lesson, these Year 2 pupils are asked to think about the future, but also asked to look at the past and present role of the teacher.
So here we've got a picture of what a schoolroom in the past would have looked like. With all the old stuff, the chalkboard, the cap, the old desks. What we're interested in is the future. Do we know what the future is going to be?
No.
No. So what do we have to use to try and picture the future? What have we got to try and use?
Imagination.
We've got to use our imaginations. So to help you start, I've written a few things that I do on the board. Is there anything you think I've missed out on there that you think I do? So, Harjivan,
Watch people in the playground.
watch children in the playground. What else does a teacher have to do?
Write on the whiteboard to tell us what to do.
Go right on the whiteboard. That's good. An arm.
Yeah.
And if it's a robot, they stretchy arms as well to keep stretching out and back. Brilliant idea.
Make it eerie.
They go for 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
This is my teacher of the future. It has 3 heads and 6 legs. And this face is a shouting face. This is my teacher of the future. It has big ears so it can listen to everyone. And it can shout extra loud because it's got speakers there.
Okay, then thank you. Give them a round of applause. What they're doing is making the teachers more efficient. And that's because they want that interaction with the teacher. And for a teacher to be able to do 12 things at once, it means they will get some personal time with the teacher. Even if it is shared between 12 of the children, it's the teacher's there helping them out. I think all children enjoy that personal aspect of teaching.
We're just trying to make your job easier.
Yeah.
The Key Stage 2 lesson gets underway, and like their younger counterparts, they start by looking at the past and present.
Schools have changed lots. Think about a few things that might be different now than what schools were like maybe 30 years ago, 50 years ago, 100 years ago.
People were naughty, they'd get hit by the cane.
And do we do that now?
No.
Certainly not, no. Ravi,
We don't have a dunce's cap on.
and what was a dunce's cap?
It's like a hat, and if you don't understand something, you go at the back of the class and everyone starts laughing at
Excellent. So, let's think about what happens now. What do teachers do?
They teach us.
That's a fairly obvious one. Yep, they teach. What else do they do? Safa.
If you're stuck, they help you.
So they help you if you're stuck. How might a teacher be different in 100 years' time? I want you to think as wacky as possible. We're going to do this as a round table. Off you go. I think it's useful to think about the future because it's that what if, isn't it? It's that spark of imagination, isn't that what teaching's all about? Is sparking out things and helping children to get their imaginations going.
They might have a helmet that gives them super hearing and super eyesight. They might have a big voice.
A big, like inside their voice box.
A teacher with a button to shut her down.
I thought it was really fun. I thought they came up with some really good ideas. They made me laugh. They made each other laugh.
You could just sneak up behind her if the lesson's too boring and just push the button and she'll shut down and turn into a box.
You think that's a good idea?
No. But it made me laugh. I want to show you
Next, the
something
class is shown a
on the
video
screen.
downloaded from the internet after searching for 3D or virtual classrooms.
Yeah. What he's got in there, he's got like a special camera inside the helmet that's on his head, and through the camera he can see all the things that are around him as if he was standing in that room. They can take you out into an imaginary world, and they can take you in and see trees and see mountains and see different bits. But I can't ever take you to the dinosaurs. But on here, you could be there with the helmet on your head, and you could be as if you're standing in amongst all these enormous dinosaurs. So this is just to start your ideas thinking about what the classroom might be like, what the school might be like. Think as wild and wacky as you can about what the classroom of the future might be like.
Some of the ideas they choose, however, are more like Back to the Future.
Just a class for girls, and then there's just a class for boys, so they don't have to share, because girls and boys normally share. We write on concrete.
You might write on concrete. Interesting.
The tables will float, so when you move them, there will be no hassle with the table legs.
You have this table, and if you say something like, I want my English book, please, it comes in front of you.
Special tables, they get all your stuff out for you. So we've had to think about what the classrooms might be like. We've had to think a little bit about what the teachers might be like. Now we're going to think a little bit more about what technology might be different. What do I mean when I'm talking about technology?
Computers, laptops, and all electronic stuff.
All electronic stuff like that. Again, I've got a little video clip that I want to show you, just to give you some ideas about what might be different. It's a particular sort of printer where you put into the printer the design for whatever you want, and it makes it for you. So instead of coming out with a piece of paper with a picture, it comes out with a model like this of a toy or of a building or whatever it is. But we could, in the future, have technology like that. Amandeep, how might technology be different in the future?
There might be no plugs, so we'll have to have bikes in the classroom to control the electricity for the computer.
Supersonic computers that suck you in.
Oh, supersonic computers that suck you in. Oops.
Flying electronic laptops.
Flying laptops. Okay, right, loads of brilliant ideas. But what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to choose one of the things that you've, one of these crazy ideas that you've come up with, either for technology or for classroom. And what I'd like you to do is to design it for me.
Yeah, you do the unbutton here.
No, how could we make sure that it makes it?
And then
You've got to plug a chip into yourself. So do you have to sit on that bicycle to make the electricity go?
robots
You get robots to do it. Well, that's a good idea. You can. There was a nice idea that where they had a robot that was additional to the teacher, so it wasn't a teacher that was a robot, but it was a little friend that came around with them, so that whenever they were stuck, they would be able to kind of tune into this robot, and the robot would be able to help them additional to the teacher. So that was quite a nice idea. And it's got wheels to help it move quickly. What else has it got?
Hands.
It's got hands, and what do the hands do? Helps with the work? Great idea. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we've done lots of excellent thinking. Thank you very much for your imaginations.
The lesson ends after nearly an hour, leaving plenty of scope to build on the children's ideas.
I might get them to choose one or two of the ideas and see if they could expand on them. You could do some designing and actually make some of these models that they were coming up with. Or I might get them to think about how possible some of the ideas are, some of the more wacky ideas. Well, is it really possible for us to jump inside a computer screen? If it's not, what might you be able to do?
As well as design and technology, other lessons could involve a range of activities across the curriculum: science, English, ICT, art. Don't forget, if you'd like to run a cross-curricular lesson on the future of education and teaching, there's a special set of lesson plans and resources available at teachers.tv/tomorrow. Now this lesson's over, time to switch off the teacher.